watching Let's Chat.
Welcome back. A lot of us are out in the garden getting ready to enjoy some of those summer vegetables. So what do you do with the excess when you have them? We are learning more about how to can foods safely. And joining us now is June Puett. She is an extension agent with the University of Tennessee. Thank you for joining us this morning.
Hi, glad to be here.
Absolutely. All right. If you are interested in preserving some of the produce and you want to learn about how to do this year-round, tell us how we can do it.
First of all, you need to start with reliable research-based information, and you can go to preservingfoodathome.com and you can download all the instructions and recipes in these books. These are the official USDA research-based recipes and how-tos and everything. And you can also purchase the books, but I don't recommend people do that because we do update research periodically and you're not going to know if your book's out of date or not.
This is kind of intimidating for a lot of folks out there. How do we know what kind of canner to get?
It can be intimidating, and most people start with something that they're going to can in a water bath canner, which is just a big pot with a lid. The most important piece of this is having a rack at the bottom of it that you can set the jars on so they don't come in direct contact with that heat. Because that can, cause some damage to the jars, if you do that on a continuous basis. So you're going to use this one for your high acid foods because it only heats at boiling water temperature. That's going to be your jams, your jellies, your pickled products, and your fruits. If you want to get into canning vegetables, you're going to have to move up to maybe the one that's a little more intimidating, and the pressure canner. Now, this is not a cooker. They're two different things. The pressure canner is going to have the vent release valve. It's going to have the gasket. It's going to have a rack on the bottom that, again, keeps the jars from coming in direct contact with that metal. And it's going to have some kind of gauge on top to help you with the pressure, because each recipe will say 5 or 10 or 15 pounds pressure processing time. And this is a thing that jiggles just like a pressure canner, except it's for a pressure cooker. So the two different things, and your recipe will tell you which one and how much time and everything you need to do.
What about certain foods? Is there foods that we need to be careful when we're canning?
Well, all foods, Kate, because we don't want to leave food sitting around in a jar for a year for bacteria can grow. So the high acid foods are going to be the ones you don't have to worry about as much as the low acid food like vegetables and meats, because this is going to take the water to boil and to get the pressure and the temperature up to get over that 212 degrees that's high enough to kill the bacteria. So it's very important that you follow instructions.
All right. How long can we keep the preserved food?
A year would be a good amount of time because we should be using correct canning equipment, and a 2-piece lid is what we need to be using. And this has a sealing compound around the lid, and that's what actually is going to help get that good seal once you drive all the air out of the jar. And if you move things around, if you put your jars at extreme cold or hot, that can cause that to release. So we recommend about a year.
About a year. All right. And is there any new products out on the market right now? A lot of us have those Instapots. Is that a good idea?
No, it's not. Enough research has not been done on those, and certainly you cannot use USDA recipes for that. And some of them call for laying your jars down on the side, and we just don't know how long it'll take heat to penetrate to the center of those. Whereas if you do it by the USDA instructions on equipment like this, you can be guaranteed if you follow the instructions, you're going to have a safe and yummy product.
Great advice there. All right, June, if folks would like some more information, where can they find it to learn more about canning?
You can go to our website, hamilton.tennessee.edu, and click on the the jar of canned goods there, and I've got a link to all kinds of resources.
Thank you.
And we're posting videos on our Facebook pages too, so watch out for those.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for the information. A lot of folks are in their gardens getting those vegetables ready, so it was very helpful this morning. Thank you, June.
You're welcome.
All right. Stay with us, everybody. We'll be right back after this short break.